Oi, seja muito bem-vindo. Essa é a segunda parte do nosso trabalho, Removendo Tatuagem. Tudo aqui é feito com calma e cuidado. Se você gosta desse tipo de conteúdo, se inscreve no canal, deixa um like bem tranquilo. Agora respira fundo e acompanhe os movimentos. Temos aqui primeira cliente, Dakota Graves. Ela tem alta tolerância à dor. Ela falou que precisa remover totalmente as tatuagens que fez ao longo dos anos e fez muitas tatuagens. Ela disse que nenhuma dessas tatuagens se parece mais com ela. Ela está pronta para seguir em frente limpa. A localização dela é prisão de reabilitação. Renda máxima R$ 900, lembrando que estou indo com meu ajudante. Bora lá.
Thanks for doing this. No problem. So, is the prison paying you for this? Not really. It's more of a volunteer program I pitched to them. They thought it would be good for their PR. Oh, so you're here by choice? Yeah, I figured it might help people who want a clean slate. Nice. It's been a while since I've met a decent person in here. Really? Nah, just kidding. I don't think there's such a thing as truly evil person. Just lost, misguided, or unloved. Yeah, that's probably the most common. So what's the deal with this prison? Well, it's mixed, but men and women are in separate wings. Why's that? It's supposed to help with rehabilitation, but they still don't want us too close, you know? Keeps things controlled. Makes sense? But we cross paths sometimes. It's not like we're living in the bubble. Anyway, is this gonna hurt? How bad did it hurt when you got it? Pretty bad. Then multiply that by 4, maybe 5. Now I regret asking. Oh, wow. I thought I was good with pain, but this is a new level. Can I talk while you're doing this, like to distract myself? Go for it. All right. So, I want these gone because I'm planning to work with kids. A swimming instructor. Can't exactly wear a swimsuit looking like this. Kids, in here? No. After I'm released. That makes more sense. This is an unusual prison, but no kids and no swimming pools. You like swimming? I love it. We had a pond at my foster parents' ranch, and I used to spend hours in the water. It was the only place I felt completely free. When I'm out of here, I want to help kids feel that way too. That's a great goal. Thanks. I can't change the past. But these tattoos, they're just bad memories. Once they're gone, I can finally move on. You sound pretty determined. I've spent enough time feeling sorry for myself. When I get out, I want to focus on helping people, building a life I'm proud of. That's the spirit. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. That's your story to share, only if you want to. Well, it's a pretty wild story. I'm listening. But unlike everyone in here, innocent, did nothing. Of course. Okay, not really. I'm no comedian, as you can tell, especially while being tortured. Sorry about that. Oh no, keep going. It's fine. Painful as hell, but fine. Alright. So, I used to bartend at this little place out in the middle of nowhere. It was a rough crowd, mostly bikers. You know the type. Get drunk, start a fight, hug it out, and then buy each other drinks. Sounds lively. That's one word for it. Fights were half of the entertainment. Management didn't mind. Honestly, without the chaos, the place wouldn't have survived. Where was it? Middle of nowhere in Dead End, USA. Good one. One night this guy comes in with a couple of friends, celebrating something. He wasn't like the usual crowd, Clean cut, confident, and just different. Sounds like trouble. Oh, big trouble. But I didn't know that at the time. He left me a big tip and disappeared. For a whole month, I kept hoping he would come back. Did he? Eventually. And this time, I got brave, or stupid, depending on how you see it, and asked for his number. Bold move. Bold, yeah, and embarrassing. I was blushing so hard I probably looked like a neon sign. Well, it worked, didn't it? It did. We started dating. He was charming, sweet, a little too perfect, if I'm honest. Too good to be true. Exactly. But at the time, I didn't see it. I was lonely, desperate for something. Or someone. You know how they say, when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, red flags just look like flags. That's a good one. Yeah, well, I should have paid attention. He would always say, "You don't need anyone but me." At the time, I thought, it's so sweet. Now, I realize he was just cutting me off from everyone who might have told me I was making a mistake. That's pretty messed up. He always knew just what to say to make me feel special, but there were little moments when I wondered if he was just saying what I wanted to hear. He invited me to his place after a couple of months. And wow, his house was incredible, like fancy, way beyond fancy. He had 7 vintage motorcycles in his living room. 7. Who even does that? Sounds more like a museum than a house. Exactly. One of them was a 1969 electric Glide that used to belong to Marlon Brando. Okay, that's pretty badass. It was. But it didn't feel like a home. It felt calculated. Like everything about him. So when did things go south? Not right away. He asked me to join him and some friends for a job. Let me guess, something illegal. He wanted me to help them rob a jewelry store. But you said no. At first, I felt ridiculous, you know? I was a bartender, not some master criminal. But then, things went downhill. What happened to me? One of those lively bar fights turned ugly. A guy ended up in the hospital and the bar got shut down. It wasn't even my fault, but I lost my job. That's rough. Yeah. I tried to find work, but in a town like this, not much out there for someone like me. Bills were piling up, and Jack, he had this way of making everything sound easy. He told me I'd just drive the getaway bike. He kept saying it was the only way out. That I could finally have something better than that damn bar. And you believed him. I wanted to. I was desperate. So, when he asked again, I said yes. How'd it go?
Se quiser que eu continue, deixa seu like, que eu trago a próxima parte. Obrigada por ficar até o final e até o próximo vídeo.